Hi, we are Monotheist, and these are our dream tours. So mine I've almost gotten to do. It would be Dream Theater, Opeth, and Between the Buried Me with us as the opener. That would be the dream tour. But I got to see those three in concert in 2008 at Progressive Nations. And those are three of my favorite bands. Like, Opeth was incredibly inspirational to me. Like, my writing style directly rips off a lot of the ways they come up with their like evolving patterns and stuff. Dream Theater's complexity is stuck with me throughout the years, even if Mike Portnoy is, And Between the Buried Me is like, I didn't like him when I saw that concert, actually. I was young. But a few years later, after Great Misdirect came out, I fell in love with the band. Now they're basically my favorite band. But that was the Colors tour, and I didn't like it when I was that age. It's kind of funny.
Well, for me, three bands that I'd love to tour with, even though it's impossible at this point, but headlining would be Death, who has been a huge influence on my writing style, and I just absolutely love their music. And then a band related to that, I would also want to tour with Cynic, the 90s version of Cynic specifically. They've also been really, really influential in the way that I write music in terms of the progressive and the technical aspects. I really, really enjoyed the way that they would compose music. And then the third band would be Extol, which is a band from Norway who has also been really, really influential. It's a band that maybe not so many people know about, but you guys should definitely check them out if you haven't. They're just really amazing, very unique, and I love their unique and melodic approach to death metal and all of the different styles that they've messed with over the years. So I'd love to be opening for that tour, if possible, if we could ever get something like that, but of course it's impossible. But yeah, that's my dream tour.
So I'll start with the opening band. It would be us, of course, Monotheist. Directly after us, and it might not seem like it would fit on the same bill, but Symphony X.
Oh yeah.
Old school Symphony X is some of the best music I've heard ever. Compositionally, chops, it's all there, man. Following them, Opeth. It's already been mentioned, but Opeth is one of my favorite bands. Still Life is one of my favorite records ever in history. And headlining would be Death, which has already been mentioned, but they're one of my biggest influences. They're the reason I'm here playing with this band today. They changed the game for me when it comes to music, and I would love to get that opportunity, even though it's not gonna happen, but it would have been amazing, and that's my dream tour, for sure.
So my dream tour would never make sense, and it's a very selfish one, but it's my dream tour, so it'd be us opening, of course, and then we'd have Cradle of Filth. And I'd prefer Nymphetamine or earlier Cradle of Filth, but they're one of the first like bands that got me into like black metal. I got into black metal before I got into death metal, so Cradle of Filth is a big one, and I just want to steal their audience. On top of that, probably have Slayer. I'm not a huge Slayer fan, but I did listen to them a ton when I was first getting into metal and everything. When I was probably like 12 or 13, my neighbor who was in high school at the time gave me a Slayer CD, burned Slayer CD, and I heard Angel of Death for the first time, and I was like, holy crap, this is crazy. And so having them on it would be pretty cool. Headlining for me would be Metallica. It's not a very death metal tour, but I have listened to Metallica since I was like 5 or 6. My mom was really into Metallica growing up, and I've never had the chance to see them live. So if we could tour with them, that'd be pretty cool. Obviously, anything And Justice for All and earlier is my preference, but it would just be crazy. All those bands have influenced me so much. I do vocals in Monotheist, but I'm also a drummer. I've played guitar in bands as well, and learning Metallica and Slayer songs on both drums and guitar has always been like just a lot of fun for me and helped me to grow as a musician. And yeah, just that would be a crazy, impossible tour, but I'd love for it to happen.